What a mess. How did this all start then?
It started when I had a problem with the agreement of between my son's mother and myself, and regarding our son, and it turned into a big legal battle, which I lost, and I couldn't see my son anymore after that, and I had considered that was a possibility, but not only to be cautious. I never thought I'd actually have to deal with something like that, but it happened, and I started to fight the case in a way where I could get it so I can see him again while I fight the case. I get the order stayed on appeal, so while I make the appeal, I still get to see him. And that was 8 months ago. I thought it would take a few weeks. If it happened, I thought it would take a few weeks. I thought that getting it so that I would be able to see him again while I worked through the legal process, I thought it would be straightforward and easy. It wasn't. Okay. And then into the story that everyone's talking about, shortly after that, my parents said to me, we want you to get a full-time job, we want you to get health insurance, or we're going to throw you out. Yeah. And my response to that was, I really didn't know. I really didn't take that very seriously, because my son was everything to me.
Of course, and I imagine, though, Michael, I imagine that you are and have been, if you imagine you're a parent yourself with an 8-year-old son, everything to your parents as well. So clearly you've got to a point where, in your life, where this case and the custody of your son has been settled, whereby your parents are just trying to get you to do what they believe is the best thing for you, not for them. Because I don't believe for a minute that Mark and Christina, your mum and dad, want to be in court having you evicted at the New York Supreme Court to get out of the house and to get a job. Why do you have such an issue with talking to your parents and saying, look, I understand what you're trying to do. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to go and try and find a job. I'm going to start putting my life back together, so at least I can be a good role model for my son, my 8-year-old son, who I'm desperate to see more of?
Well, consider how what I was always seeking is a 6-month notice to leave. I don't like living with my parents. I've been trying to leave for years.
Michael, why do you need a 6-month notice? You live with your parents. If your mum and dad turn around to you and say, Michael, we think you need to go. We need to go and find somewhere. In fact, they offered you some money to help you find somewhere. Why do you need 6 months? Why don't you just go, OK, mum and dad, let's work with this together, and I'll find somewhere so we can all keep talking and we can sort of create something a bit more constructive than ending up in court?
There really wasn't any... the first that I'd heard that I wanted to leave was right after I lost custody and visitation of my son. And what I responded to them with was that I need to get my son back in my life, and so I need to stop this. I need to continue to be his father. This is not like a priority for me right now, which is getting a job and getting health insurance, which I didn't think was something that was needed.
I get it, Michael. You were completely wrapped up in your son, and we really appreciate you coming and talking to us on the show this morning. But there are people who say, look, for heaven's sake, you're just rinsing the system for all you can. You're lazy. You need to sort your life out. You need to stop relying on your parents. You need to be a grown-up and get a job. What would you say to those people?
Well, I would say that they have the right to their opinions. I disagree with them. I wouldn't really. I've been making the best argument that I could thus far. So.
We know your parents have said that they don't want to comment on this situation. Where do you see this ending, Michael? Can you see yourself eventually going, you know what, I've got no choice. I'm going to have to get a job. I'm going to have to listen to my mum and dad. I'm going to have to get out of the house. I'm going to have to get my life back together.
Well, I mean, I expect to be able to leave the house on my own accord in about 3 months or so. That's easily, in a way that I think suits me, and that I would otherwise have left on those terms anyway. I would have left after 3 months from now, regardless. I don't like living there, and I've been trying to leave for a long time.
We wish you the best of luck, both with getting access to your son, if that's what you want, and also maybe making things a little bit happier with your own mum and dad as well. Good to talk to you this morning.
That's Michael Rotondo, who has been officially ordered to leave his parents' house, but is still refusing to do so.
Yeah, well, it is extraordinary. I mean, a lot of parents would think, wow, wouldn't it be great to have kids living at home?
Son who wants to stay at home.
So if it's got to that point, it's a tricky one.